Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a story time, and I'm also going to give you my natural look. So I know I've done a beginner's look, and the beginner's look wasn't too extravagant. This is actually going to be my makeup, no makeup look, if you will. So very simple, very straightforward. And I figured I would go ahead and try to give you guys the story time that was meant for my last video, last Wednesday, but that I lost the footage to. So, and it's so funny because I said in that video, I said I would never tell you guys this story. I told you guys the story and lost the footage. So here's hoping that it is meant today, all right? So, just to kind of get the whole makeup out of the way as far as what I'll be using on my face for makeup, no makeup look, I'm going to be using again the Nars Radiant Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 30, and I'm also going to be using the Smashbox Radiant Foundation Primer. So the reason why I like to use these two together is because this I normally use just wherever I like to highlight for like an under skin highlight, but I have found that wearing this as my primer underneath this kind of gives me like this natural glowy look. So that's what we're going to be going for today. Right, so I'm sure I'll put something in the title to allude to the fact that this was probably one of my most embarrassing stories, but we'll move forward with it anyways. So I had actually just moved into where I'm staying now, and just to kind of give you an idea of how everything is situated here, we have a ton of like common areas. So by common areas, that would be like a pool, laundromat, anything like that where all of the residents kind of share that communal space. So when I first moved in, I did not have a washer and dryer, okay? I didn't even have a washer and dryer hookup. I swear to you guys, like now, washer and dryer is like the new white picket fence. Like people, the first thing people want to know is, do they have a washer and dryer? And at first I didn't care about that. I was like, whatever, they have a washer and they have a laundromat on site, and it's subsidized, meaning that as much as you would pay to like go to like a wash house or a laundromat, it's cheaper than that. So it's subsidized to be cheaper, to I guess draw you to come use their machines rather than go somewhere else. And you can even allow your guests to use the machines as well. So my sister's dad was over my house and he was helping me hang up some curtains. Well, I ain't gonna even lie, he wasn't helping me hang up her curtains. He was flat out hanging up the curtains, okay? And while he was doing that, I said, you know what? You know how like when you watch other people do stuff, you start to feel like you're not being productive. So I was like, you know what? Let me be productive. Let me, instead of going to my mom's, because what I would do is whenever I went to go visit my mom, I would just take a load of clothes over there and I would wash them there while I was visiting her and dry them. And then when I left, I would take them with me. If they weren't done or they were like still drying, I honestly would just leave them because it's my mom. I'm not worried about the clothes going anywhere, right? But I said, you know what? Instead of going to my mom's, you know, later on this week or later on tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my clothes on site. So it ain't me if they don't ding in the video, right? So I'll go and get my little clothes in a garbage bag, okay? I didn't even have the decency to go to Walmart and get me like a little nice laundry bag. No, your girl was taking straight trash bags. So I grabbed my little trash bag together. I had on like this little gray Forever 21 like short dress, like borderline too short to go out in the house in. But I'm like, let me just throw this on in some Birkenstocks. I'll show you the type of Birkenstocks that I had on. I'm trying to give you the full visual here, okay? And I had my little glasses on because I was just around the house chilling, like, you know, I wasn't doing nothing major. So my sister's dad sees me gathering everything and he says, do you need any help? And I was like, no, I don't need any help. He was like, are you sure? Because I could like stop this and help you carry that stuff. And I was like, no, I don't need any help. And he was just like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. See how that like kind of instantly kind of pulls you together? I mean, it's not full coverage, but it does a little something. And you can double up and you can use a little bit more. I use the thinner layer, but you can always use a bigger layer. And I swear to y'all, I told this story so much better the first time around because I was just so invested. But anyway, so I'm walking, and how our common area is, we have a clubhouse. Inside the clubhouse is a library, a TV room, like a fireplace that people can gather around and hang out at. Up the stairs, the top of the clubhouse is air hockey, a pool table, and then right outside the clubhouse is a pool and a jacuzzi, and then over here is the laundromat. And we have 3 setups like that. So that cluster that I just described is like sits in the middle of an oasis with like units all around it, okay? And those units front door and balconies face all towards that, okay? And then, like I said, there are 2 other clusters like that where the units all kind of go and face around it. I say that to say that given the time of day, there are so many people coming in and out, passing through, walking through that area, okay? It is for real a common area. So I'm going, carrying my little stuff, thinking I'm cute, got my glasses on, I look smart and together. And I had the smallest, teensy little piece of my shoe that clipped on to like an uneven piece of pavement. So this is the pavement, this is the tip of my shoe, and it kind of just thumped it, if you will. And it snatched my shoe off. So when it snatched my shoe off, it happened so quick that, you know, of course your first reaction is to try to stop walking because you don't want to land barefoot on the ground. You want to, you know, kind of hold your foot up and maybe put your foot back into the shoe or flip the shoe over. Nah, that ain't what happened, y'all. The shoe flew off, and before I could adjust to the fact that my shoe was snatched off my foot, the shoe lands in front of my foot. So imagine walking, shoe, bam, lands right in front of me. I tripped over my own shoe. So I tripped once, which snatched the shoe off and propelled the shoe in front of me, which I then tripped over the shoe. Now, the issue with that is I was walking at a bit of a speed and I had items in my hand, and I'm fat, okay? And listen, I don't need nobody, I appreciate it, down in the comments saying, oh, you're not fat. I'm fat. It's just a description. It's not a negative connotation. It's just a description. Skinny, pudgy, fat. I'm fat. So if I'm going at full speed and I'm falling forward, I have a lot of weight that's propelling me forward, okay? I remember saying to myself, all right, Amber, you can run up out the trip. So I was tripping and I was like, just run up out the trip. But my legs were so weebles, wobbles, but we don't fall down, that I could not get myself together. And I remember it felt like this part, like my stomach, my core, it just had, it was nothing there. It was nothing for me. So I like run, fall, and land scorpion style. If you don't know what scorpion style is, I will insert what scorpion style is. But that ain't it, fam. Not only did I fall scorpion style on my stomach, all of my laundry that was in my hands flew outwards everywhere, okay? Everywhere amongst the people. My glasses over there, shoes over here, dirty drawers and laundry spread all about me. It don't stop there. The little cute little Forever 21 dress, because I fell with so much force this way, decided to flip over my head from the back. So the back lifted up and cuffed on my head. So I'm now like stuck on my stomach with my dress hooked over my head. And my butt is just to the entire community, okay? The entire community. Anybody jogging, anybody swimming, anybody bringing their groceries in, there I am. And I remember as I was falling, it was happening in such slow motion. There was a woman sitting inside the clubhouse just leisurely watching TV. And she was kind of like, oh, what? Like all while it was happening, like she thought I was gonna save myself. Then she's like, oh wait, no, she's not. It was just terrible. So when I fell, she comes running out and she's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I was so discombobulated. I was not okay, y'all. Wind was totally knocked out of my stomach. I couldn't see because my glasses was across the room, across the grounds, okay? And she's like, okay, you just need to sit down. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. You know, let me just grab my stuff and you know, let me just get my stuff and go. And she said, honey, sweetie, laundry just ain't that important. And I could tell by the way she was looking at me, it was like, you need to calm down. You need to have several seats. It was so much wind was knocked out of my stomach that I didn't even have the strength to stand up and just like gather my stuff. I had to like walk on my knees over to a bench and pull myself up, okay? And then sit down on said bench. Like, did this really just happen? And my neighbors gathered together my dirty underwear, my shoes, my glasses, just looking around, making sure that they didn't miss anything that flew off of me. And then I just take a simple color, like maybe that or that. You could even do bronzer, but I'm gonna go ahead and just use this since I'm here. So yeah, I was so embarrassed that I took my clothes. I did not even go wash them. I went a totally, completely different way back home, and I don't dare walk that pathway at all. I have not used the common areas in my building since that day. I'll probably go get my mail. I got a P.O. box. I went ahead and just got a P.O. box, and the little bit of mail that does come to my actual mailbox where I live, I probably check that maybe once a month, and I try to get other people to check it for me. I just cannot. I can't do it. This is NYX Club Hopper. It's like a brown color. This is my mini one that I've used and abused, and it's kind of dried out. I bought the big one, but I just don't know where it is. So I just want the color I don't care what I have to do to achieve it. So depending on your complexion, you just want a, you know, a kind of nudish, like your nude for you. And for me, this is just like a little bit dark, but it's just like a nice mocha-ish brown. If you want if you want to kind of give it the worn look, you could take like a color like this, like a peachy fleshy nude, and pop that right here in the center. The same could be achieved with like a brown lip liner. And you don't have to wear mascara, you don't have to wear eyeliner, just a little basic look. So tell me what you guys think. You don't even have to do eyeshadow really. You could just leave your base how it is. But yeah, guys, that is the story of my tragic HOA fall. I mean, it was to the point where I was just like, yeah, no, my core is shot. Like, and now I just have like an appreciation for people who have strong cores, because I literally felt like that's why I could not run up out of that trip. Now, me and my boyfriend debate back and forth. He swears up and down you can't run out of a trip. I'm trying to tell him, you can run up out of a trip, but you got this, it gotta be strong up in here, okay? In order for you to be able to run up out of it, it has to be strong, okay? And I proved that point when I was like reliving this story with my sister. My sister was like, yeah, she's like, your core helps you like prevent trips and falls and stuff like that. And I was like, can we get to working on that, because your girl is traumatized and I need to be able to run up out of a trip if it comes, you know what I'm saying? I need to be able to move kind of quick, you feel me? So there may be some content coming y'all way, just me trying to get all my stuff together, get my balance and my chakras, because that was such a small, insignificant like thump of the pavement for it to cause such a humongous fall like that. It's like you fall like that when you slip or you trip or you miss a step, not a little flump. Like, there's no way I should have felt like that from that fall. So yes, your girl is fully and truly traumatized. And I said I was never gonna tell nobody that story. Well, that's a lie. I posted to social media the minute it happened. But I said that I was never gonna tell y'all. I said I was never gonna tell y'all because that's embarrassing. But that's all I have for you guys today. My natural look with a little story time tea, just to kind of recap it. Primer, radiant primer underneath here, so that you have like this glow from within look without having to actually put on a highlighter, because putting on the highlighter no longer makes it look natural. You don't have to go as deep on the eyeshadow as me, but it's fall. 'Tis fall. And then just a little bit of concealer. If you don't want to use concealer, just make sure that when you use the tinted moisturizer that you go up under your eye. And then I just went over it with the Microderma Smooth just to kind of set it. And then of course, as always, you could use your all-nighter. The all-nighter is going to kind of give it that dewy look, but it's also going to set it and make it stay. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not going to waste my all-nighter. This is good enough for me to do whatever it is I'm going to do. So yeah, I do have some videos coming up with some active wear. So, because I'm not playing. Your girl's getting this all together. She's getting this all together, okay? So I have some videos coming your way regarding active wear, sports bras, all that good stuff, all the stuff we need in order to get ourselves right and tight. And as always, I love you. I mean it. Bye.